Now that we've talked about creating the content of your advertorial, let's talk about the layout of your advertorial. This is just as important because you need that click-through rate. So the content of the advertorial is 50%. The layout of the advertorial is another 50%, all leading to getting you that highest click-through rate possible. Now, there are other things that work out there, but I spent over $30,000 testing various different blog designs, and I kind of came up with this as the best thing. And you'll notice some of my sites are different right now because I'm always testing new stuff. But if, like I said, gun to my head, this is what I got to do to work. That's the stuff that I teach you guys, the things that I'm most confident in getting you results. So this is the formula here, and I'm going to show you the mobile formula in just a second. Starting from top down, the header opt-in area, this is an embedded opt-in directly into the header. So, and it's a little thin on here because we're kind of limited real estate, but if you imagine, the logo would be up here, you've got your menu up here, you got your normal like header and headline, and then just below that would be a box with an offer and an opt-in box. So offer, headline, description, opt-in box, right there at the top of the site. It's almost like a little mini squeeze page built right into the landing page. And this is really important because a lot of ad networks don't like you driving traffic directly to they call it a thin site, an opt-in page, a squeeze page, fly capture, whatever you call it. So having that built into your page is important. And then we have our content. You're going to have your three inline links, like I said. You're going to have your big CTA down at the bottom. You're going to have your time-delayed pop-up that's going to trigger after they've scrolled through. Like this might be 1,000 words. I'm not saying your content should only be this big. We're limited on space in this diagram here. And then over on the left is going to be your sidebar. Now, I like to have very few things in the sidebar because I'm trying to concentrate on them going to one spot. I don't want them looking at recent comments and archives of things I've blogged about in 2012. I don't care about that. I want them to take my offer. So this is specifically designed for that. There are actually some WordPress widgets. If you look them up in Google, there's WordPress widgets which will allow you to have a customized sidebar for specific pages. So you could take your normal blog, have your sidebar looking like the way it normally is, and then just on this specific post, your advertorial, your sidebar would just have the one offer on there. And then you're going to have your footer offer as well. Now, for me, I like to have two different offers. So you're going to have your standard offer where you're trying to get them to go. And then I like to have a secondary offer. Usually, sometimes my header opt-in is the secondary offer. So the sidebar, the ad just below the content, all the inline links, the CTA, the timed pop-up, all that's going to be driving to the main money page. But then I like to have a second offer in there that's kind of like a fail-safe. There are some people that are interested in meaty things, and there are some people that are looking for the next shiny little tool. So, sometimes I'll have a header opt-in that's something that's just like a real quick, spreadsheet or checklist or calculator, something that's very like easy and simple. And then in the sidebar offer, it might be like one of my courses or so for other markets, like let's say weight loss, maybe there's like a recipe card that they can opt in for. And then the sidebar offer is your fitness course, So two different offers. That way you appeal to the most amount of people because, again, it's about maximizing the value of every click that you get to this page. You're paying for the clicks. You might as well maximize the value. Also, in the blog post that I wrote, it's called I spent $30,000 testing different blog designs. Here's what I learned. You can find that blog post in the course resources section, it explains how I kind of came to this and why the sidebar is on the left. There's actually a very popular study done by, I believe, Nielsen, a very famous company that's all they do is research where people's eyes go and where attention goes, and they show that people look on the left. If you think about Facebook, Walmart, Amazon, the things you do are always over on the left hand side, and then you read things over on the right hand side. With mobile, it's different because you don't have sidebars on mobile, so everything has to be kind of in line. And so I've just taken the same thing and kind of modified it. And so the only real difference is the sidebar offer becomes now an in-content offer, meaning, they're going to start the blog post as if nothing is being advertised, and then it's going to stop halfway or a third of the way. I like to put it just below the scroll. That's why it's kind of, out of view. And then as soon as they start scrolling, there's another offer right inside of the post. If any of you have seen my Daily Edge newsletter, you see me using this in there. We always start the newsletter off with something, personal, and then there's kind of like a hook, and then there's the offer, and then there's like the whole story. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I already just clicked over to the other slide. I'm going to go live, and I'm going to show you some good and bad advertorials. That way you can see live examples of things that I've created, things that I've saved as my own swipe file, and things that I've saved is like, don't ever do this. So I'll see you in the next video. We're going to start browsing around the internet in my own swipe file.